Hi class, so today we will be learning how to determine linear equation. And by determine, it means that you have to find it. So in another word, means to find the linear equation. So that you have to refer to the general rule of linear equation, which is y equal to mx plus c. Now m, as I always said, m stands for gradient. Oh my god, gradient. And our c here stand for our y-intercept. So gradient is how steep the line is, and y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis. Alright, so if the question asks you to determine a linear equation, it means that you're gonna write down the general form of the linear equation, which is y equal to mx plus c, and you need to find gradient and you need to find y-intercept. There's two key information you need to look for. I need to look for gradient equal to, and I need to look for y-intercept, which is c. Okay. All right. So m, we already learned that gradient is found by two ways. So you can look for m is equal to rise over run, or m can be equal to using the formula. Remember, m equal to y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. So you're gonna use the formula when I give you 2 points. All right, let's just give it a crack. If I have these 2 points here, they ask us to find the equation that passes through these 2 points. Find the equation. Now, when it comes to find the equation, as I always say, y equal to mx plus c is the general form. I want you to write this down first. First step is write this down. So now ask yourself, I'm looking for m and I'm looking for c in order to find the equation. So now what is m? We're gonna first step first, m equal to, we're gonna use this formula. So m equal to y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1 equal to, so second step, you're going to label the points. So this is going to be x1, y1. It doesn't matter which one you call it, x1, y1, x2, y2, but it's going to be easier for you to match it. So second step is to labeling, is to label the points. So y2 is, you can see, -2 minus y1 is 4. Take divided by 4 is x2. Take away x1, which is 2. So do you see how easy it is to match it when you label and you actually write the formula down? All right, -2 take away -4. -2 take away 4, that will be -6. 4 take away 2 equals 2, and it's going to be -3. So m in this case will be equal to -3. You look for m. So that's our first thing. Now we're looking for c. C, which is y-intercept. How do we look for c? So in order to look for y-intercept, there's two key information you need to look for. The first thing you need is the gradient, which is you already found. The second thing is I need you to pick a point. So either one of these 2 points here. So either 2, 4 or 4, -2. So I'm going to pick this point because it doesn't have negative. All right, pick 2 and 4. What is the reason why I need this point? Okay, now have a look. If I got this formula, y equal to mx plus c, my next step will be sub the value that I have. I need to, in order to look for c, I need to know the rest of the number. So how do I do so? All right, do you see m here? Replace m equal to -3 with m here. So it's going to be y equal to -3 x plus c. All right, so this point is picked for a reason. Do you remember the coordinate form, x and y? In this case, 2 represent for x, y is 4. So 4 represent the y value. So here I have x equal to 2 and y equal to 4. Now I sub these values into the equation that I have because these points belong to this equation of the gradient equal to negative 3. So what I would do next will be sub the value in. So y equal to 4, I sub it in here. 4 equals to negative 3 times with x equal to 2, put it here, plus c. Alright, 4 equal to negative 6 plus c. Put negative 6 to the other side, make it positive. So 4 plus 6 equal to c. In this case, 10 will be equal to 6. Now we're done. We're looking for m equal to negative 3 and c equal to 10. So now our next step, we're not done yet, we're almost done. So next step will be, you're gonna sub the value of these two. So I'm gonna rewrite m equal to negative 3 here. As you got these two key information, you can quickly sub this into the general form, y equal to mx plus c. So y will be equal to m, which is negative 3x plus c, which is plus 10. C equal to 10. We're done. So this is what it means by determine or find the linear equation. Alright, so first step first, write down the general rule. Next step is ask yourself, I need to look for gradient, I need to look for c. How do I look for gradient? Rise over run, or you can use this formula. We always use this formula. So apply this formula. Then if they give you 2 points, you label the point, you sub it into the formula, you look for gradient, and then you look for y-intercept. You use a gradient and you pick a point that is already given to you. And then the sub value of m, sub value of x and y, and then you look for c, and then you sub into this general rule, and then you found this. So